think that you have no time to relax? You look at your watch and I can't relax. I simply don't have the time. Your reality tells you to just keep on working because there's too much to do. And if you stop, you'll never get started again. You'll never come up from your desk and go back to it. It just won't happen. But I think there's a way you can do this. And we're discussing this topic with relaxing your mind with short breaks. We call them circuit breakers, and it's about the power of letting go of tension throughout the day. So we'll show you what these are. We'll show you the metaphor, and then we'll show you how you can use them. In the second video, we'll help you choose some circuit breaker cues, and then we'll share how some of our clients have felt about this, and then I'm going to finish with a story about somebody who used circuit breaker cues and then had a problem with that and how she solved that issue. So what are circuit breaker cues? When the system is in overload, the circuits break, hence circuit breakers. Power and lights go off, and that's so that you don't have an overload of the circuit breakers and overload of the system so that things would get burnt out from the electricity that's going through them. So that's what a circuit breaker is. Now, it's a metaphor that we're using here. Light bulbs are metaphors for good ideas. Any idea can light up the room. So what if we used circuit breakers as a metaphor for preventing stress overload, just as the circuit breakers prevent overload of an electrical system? So that's the idea here. And they need cues. So we need some kind of a cue because we don't have electricity shutting down the circuit breakers. So we need these cues that remind us to relax. They're built on very, very solid behavioral principles that have been around for a long time. So you condition yourself to relax rather than tense with cues from your environment, because many of us do. There's things that happen to us during the day. We hear things, we see things, and we get tense. So what if we could shift that around and relax instead of getting tense? So whenever you hear or see your cue, the idea is that you do something to relax. Could be something extremely simple. Maybe all you do is take in a deep breath of air and say to yourself, I am relaxed. I am on the in-breath and relaxed on the out-breath. You don't have to close your eyes, and nobody needs to know that you're doing this. You just take that little tiny relaxing breath of air. Now, if you do this multiple times in the day, your tension will reduce. This is a picture of a heartbeat done by an electrocardiogram. You see that the heart elevates in its electrical charge. It beats and then it reduces, it comes down. That little dip below the line is called the parasympathetic rebound. And then it builds up, and then it takes another beat, and so on. That's how the heart beats. Now, what if we apply that same principle to relaxation? So there's a little bit of tension, and it builds up, and then you relax, and then you start over again. What you could do very nicely is you could let tension go throughout the day. So instead of having your tension build up the day, some little small things happen, such as your alarm clock goes off, and then somebody wants your attention in the house, and then you have to do this, and then you get ready to get to the car, but you've forgotten something in the house, and so you have to rush back in and get it. All the while the tension is building up. You get in your car and you drive, and the traffic is more intense than you thought it would be. All of these things are accumulating, and then finally you get to the office and your parking place isn't there, and then you go in the office and immediately there are people coming after you with things that you need to do, and in a very, very short period of time you can have a high level of tension and never know how you got there. So only you won't notice that tension because it's so gradual. It was just a little tiny thing. How did that possibly make me tense? Well, it's what we do. We respond to these events in our environment and we build up tension. So what you can do is you can use circuit breakers so that your tension drops over the day. And then you end up calm at the end of the day without doing any lengthy relaxation exercise. And I know that time is a challenge for you. So that's how it works. The circuit breaker, it breaks the circuit, it breaks the tension in the system because you just heard a cue, and the cue tells you do something such as, very simply, take a breath of air in, I am, breathe out, relax. So I will see you at the next session, the next video section, in which we will look at identifying circuit breaker cues for yourself so you can begin to do them. What you might do until you watch that segment is to just practice taking in a breath of air and breathing out, saying I am relaxed, and doing it several times throughout the day. I'll see you next time.